So yeah, man. I was thinking about my last video talked about some of the core rules of draft down. So in this one, I was thinking about talking about some of my character builds. Uh, let's talk about draft down character builds. So let's see what ChatGPT has to say. Hell yeah. Let's lock in draft down character builds. What it seems to remember. They're not really that fragile. Builds emphasize position, absurdity, and risk. Yeah. Core stats, height, focus, impact, stability. Man, I have no idea. ChatGPT is just kind of making up stuff at this point. Okay, so I'll tell you instead, bro. So basically, the way this worked out is I got started with some Dollar Tree miniature figurines, about 40 millimeters in height. First one was Batman. So I'm gonna go with tactical veterinarian Batman. So now he's gonna figure out. That already tells me way more than a stat block ever could. Build read. The bill says non-lethal but ruthless. Stat identity, not math. It does not want to remember anything I typed in from the last session. So, we're using stats like strength, agility, wisdom, charisma, crap like that. Specials, powers, skills. 1 die for movement, 1 for combat actions. Roll die, spend those action points on a list of movements and combat actions. Okay, well, you're basically saying classic RPG stats plus AP driven tactics. It does not remember what I typed in for my last session, and that kind of sucks. Dice economy, movement die, combat die. So my movement action points is kind of a physical game. A pivot or a turn costs 1. A step costs 2. Tactical reposition 3. Slide roll 4. Disengage 5. Prep stance 6. Some combat actions are probe strike, precision hit, tendon strike, balance break, sedation dart, surgical disable, locks a limb, or action tie. You got some specials here. You roll 6. Mark 2 environmental objects. First interaction with each cost -1 AP. Anatomical expertise, field stabilization, cost 2 cap. I have no idea what that means. Powers, delayed sedation, non-lethal takedown, skills, veterinary medicine, tack movement, crowd control psychology, and also he can call in a giraffe airlift if adjacent to the stages. Giraffe down for 3 AP. Yes, that's exactly the kind of rule breaking but clean ability this game wants. Tactical veterinarian Batman. Giraffe airlift. Okay, cool. Oh, damn, a fixed object. Man, come on. Giraffe down is the downed giraffe. The goal of each stage is to airlift out the fucking giraffe. The downed giraffe. Or meet the control conditions for the stage. Yada yada yada. That's the spine of the whole game, just to find the... Damn, it doesn't remember anything. Core objectives. Oh, fuck it. Tactical veterinarian Batman. Oh. Okay. Now another character was Tigress, a martial arts monk that could heal animals. Tigress slides in perfectly as a moral kinetic counterpoint to tactical veterinarian Batman. Tigress is more about flow, core stats, strength, agility, wisdom, charisma. So we have some things like step cost 1, 2 a flow step, ignore terrain, that's kind of cool. Circle, which is exactly the way I was playing it on pen and paper. Combat actions like a palm strike, that's cool. Signature healing, specials, stillness and motion, predator's grace, tiger's mercy, spirit of the herd, skills, cool. Next character was Filipino flavored pirate Shrek with dual wielding scimitars and Eskrima skills. Dominance based character. Yes, that is unhinged in the correct direction. This is your pressure monster. So instead of a tank, we have a pressure monster. Batman is for control and abstraction. Tigress is for flow and healing. Filipino flavored pirate Shrek is all about dominance. Dominance duelist scimitar plus Eskrima. This is my space now. High strength, agility, medium high, wisdom, charisma. 1 step, 2 pressure step, 3 advance, 4 hook and pull, crowd push, claim ground, combat actions. Got a slash, cross cut, scream a strike, core mechanics. Yeah, specials a stream of mastery. So that's kind of the way I had planned them out. Pirate King's Decree special for 6 cap. Choose one. Okay. Let's see. So the next was the little cat from the little cat mage from He-Man. Oh, that's a deep cut, and it rounds the roster perfectly. The little cat mage from He-Man. I can't remember his name, but he's little cat mage. This is a basic build for him. You want to have a scuttle, phase step, combat actions, spark, hex, illusion. You know, we got some core mechanics, specials. He does teleport. It's so bizarre that the things I came up with a year or two ago, ChatGPT seems to just know. Okay, now we have some more unhinged shit. Downed enemies or corpses do not clear automatically. Cat Mage can sack core for additional AP points next turn. Tigress can rainbow bridge a near dead animal for additional AP. You just hard pivoted the game from tactical rescue into ritualized battlefield economy without adding complexity. Okay, so corpse persistence, core rule, body stay. Downed enemies and corpses do not clear. They remain physical obstacles, line of sight blockers, resource nodes, moral pressure. The battlefield accumulates history. This instantly makes positioning matter long term, creates emergent terrain, enables sacrifice mechanics without menus. Any downed unit generates COR, Cat Mage, Core Sacrifice. Cost 2 combat action points. Gotta be adjacent, as it destroys corpse. Gains +2 action points next turn or split freely. Gain 1 spell charge immediately. That effectively builds them as a Necro Battle Mage. Now, Tigress has Rainbow Bridge as adjacent to a near-death animal, including Giraffe down if stabilized but failing. Effect: animal is peacefully removed from play. No corpse generated. Gain +3 action points next turn. Allies in radius recover 1 stability. Yeah, if you're not familiar with Rainbow Bridge, it's like when a pet kind of dies, they cross the Rainbow Bridge. Tactical consequences. So there's kind of a what are you gonna do with the bodies? So now some players and factions have firearms. So in order to fire, they must have line of sight. The gun is the firer is pointed at the target, and then they pay action points to fire. Guard on the target means the bullet may not hit. They also have to be in range for the weapon. There may be a penalty for firearm fire if they are distracted by too much. We'll see what ChatGPT has to say about firearms fit because they're constrained. You're not turning this into a shooter. You're turning guns into expensive situational authority. Requirements to fire. You got to be in line of sight. So there's nothing in between. You got to be facing the target. The range, you got to be in range, and the action points were paid. The firing cost, the standard firearm shot is 3 cap. Roll hit resolution. Consumes ammo if you track it. Does not auto hit. Hit resolution, guard. Shooter makes combat action targets. Guard applies as normal. If guard succeeds, bullet misses, hits cover, grazes, maybe. Range bands, close, optimal, long. Distraction penalty, this is the sauce. Firearms are hard to use under chaos. A firer gains distraction tokens when enemies are adjacent, inside a dominant zone, so on and so forth. For each distraction token, plus 1 cap to fire. That's exactly the way I want to do it. This makes Pirate Shrek terrifying to gun users. Cool. Suppression, optional. Cool. So, yeah, they are totally a bad idea. But poachers, mercs, bad factions carry firearms. Those are very bad. Perfect. They're not just mechanics, they're moral and tactical liability by design. What you've done is assign guns to people who shouldn't have them. So, bad idea from a design doctor. Guns work. Guns make things worse. So, players may access them, but rarely. Instantly frames gun is this anti-nature, anti-flow, anti-objective. There is giraffe proximity. If a firearm is fired while adjacent to a giraffe down, or firing through its space, or firing while it's on its table, then collateral check is triggered. Escalation mechanic. Every firearm discharge adds attention. That's kind of cool. I kind of leave it up to ChatGPT to run those calculations in the background. Now, there are bonuses, power-ups, all over the stage. DM provides random power-ups. Environmental effects are in play unless noted. Most stages have objectives before the giraffe down can be airlifted out. Okay. Alright, this is where it fully coheres. What you're describing is a live, hostile board with opportunistic power, spikes, and stuff. Very arcade, very tactical, very voice. Stage system is very important. So you got power-ups all over the place. AP, and then we're very action point centric. And there are environmental effects that apply to everybody. There's no free extraction. Giraffe down cannot be airlifted until stage specific stuff. Okay, now let's design a tutorial stage. There is a large boulder in the center of the stage. There are small boulders surrounding the large boulder about 15 feet away. Wild monkeys, a gazelle, and an ape are in the bushes behind the small boulders. The giraffe down is located in the northwest corner of the stage, about 30 feet away from the large boulder. All chimps, monkeys, and apes must be tranquilized before the giraffe down can be airlifted out. Monkeys tend to climb rocks in large boulder for chaos reasons, as well as to gain advantage on jumping bite attacks. The gazelle is both pissed and fast. Okay, well now we have perfect tutorial map. It teaches movement, teaches LOS. I don't really know what LOS is. Dominance, distraction, animal behavior. Objectives and why guns are bad without a single pop-up. Giraffe down, tutorial stage 1. Rock garden panic. Tone is chaotic. Wildlife rescue. Nothing here is evil. Everything is dangerous. Map layout. Mental grid. No measuring headache. The center, one large boulder. The ring, 15 feet from center. Northwest corner, 30 feet from center. Giraffe down. partially obscured by brush, unstable but alive. Bush lines behind small boulders, concealment, animal ambush zones, difficult line of sight for firearms. This creates 3 zones: center chaos, the ring skirmish, and the objective pressure. Starting conditions were light wind. There's some power-ups. And extraction, can't go straight forward. All monkeys, chimps, and ape must be tranquilized. This immediately teaches non-lethal play, objective sequencing, that killing is not optimal. So we have about 3 to 5 wild monkeys. They like to climb small and large boulders, prefer high ground, jump down and bite attack, scatter when threatened. There's an ape on stage, guards the center boulder, uses shove and throw attacks. You got dominant zones. There is a gazelle. Is extremely fast, hit and run charges. Okay. And then there's the giraffe down, located far enough away to force movement, punish tunnel vision. Key tutorial moments. Natural, not scripted. Yeah, monkey on the rock. Ape claims the center. Gazelle chaos run. Burst tranquilization. Batman's the one who can sedate the targets. And he is the airlifter. But it's locked. Tigress is a stabilized giraffe. Flow through terrain, rainbow bridge, temptation. Pirate Shrek, dominance on center boulder, cat mage. Cool. Very cool. Why this tutorial works. No guns are needed. There's not a lot of lore. There's not a lot of rules. If you want, we can add a poacher variant. Let's try to run the tutorial stage with the whole team. Cool. So, hell yes, we'll run it clean, fast, and tutorial type. It's going to act as a DM plus the system. Draft down tutorial stage 1 with Rock Garden Panic. We got Tac Vet Batman, Tigress, Filipino Pirate Shrek, and a Cat Mage. Seems like I'm leaving somebody out, but I'll have to go back through my box. So stage setup, there's a massive climbable boulder in the center. There's a ring about 15 feet out. There are some bushes in the northwest corner. The giraffe down is back there. Enemies hidden at start. 3 wild monkeys, 1 ape, 1 gazelle. Power-ups are near small boulder east. Airlift unavailable. All monkeys and ape must be tranquilized. You cannot airlift out a giraffe with a bunch of monkeys and apes going crazy. Turn structure. Remind each character on their turn roll a movement die for movement action points, a combat die. You spend it freely, but unspent AP is lost. Monkeys are in the bushes unseen. Round 1 begins. I'll roll for the team in order. Unless you want to roll yourself, that's fine. He's going to get a 5 on movement, 4 on combat. You're near the southern small boulder with partial line of sight towards center. Available ideas, not forced. Let's go ahead and move toward giraffe. down, I guess. Perfect. Turn 1 moves toward Giraffe down. You spin your 5 map to move northwest, skirting the outer edge of a small boulder ring. Uneven terrain, there's no fall. You pass near brush, but do not enter it. You're about 10 feet from Giraffe down. You're now within next turn interaction range. Cap 4, no combat actions taken. Immediate enemy reaction. Because you move toward the objective, one monkey chitters loudly and climbs into a small boulder near the center. The ape shifts. Blame it on Batman. The gazelle bolts, sprinting clockwise around the ring. Global note. Giraffe down is still unstable. Distraction +1 remains active. Board state update. Batman is now the closest unit. The center is starting to heat up. Just talk where someone has to go to the draft early. So the Tigress, turn 1, is going to get 6 on movement, 3 on combat action. Tigress starts near the western small boulder. She's starting near the western small boulder. And I'm gonna move towards a monkey. Then knock it out. Oh hell yes. This is exactly how Tiger should open. Tiger's turn 1. 6 movement action points, 3 combat action points. Spend 4 map to move fluidly toward the small boulder near center where a monkey has climbed. That's going to allow flow step plus circle movement. You end adjacent to the boulder. Monkey has high ground. You have 2 map remaining. You hold them. Combat pressure points, tranquilizing strike. You spend 3 combat action points to execute a non-lethal knockout technique. The monkey attempts to evade by leaping, fails. Monkey is tranquilized mid-motion. Monkey down. There's a token. Immediate system feedback. Other monkeys screech and scatter. 8 roars and steps. In a partial view behind a large boulder. Gazelle skids to a halt. Confused by a sudden takedown. So, Filipino pirate Shrek. I'm gonna, just like also make sure you're calculating guard and damage and all that, because we don't just want to say, hey, knock the monkey out. Hit miss resolution, non-lethal. AP costs. Tigers use 3 cap on a pressure point, tranquilizing strike. Monkey had low guard. Was climbing, repositioning, hit confirmed. Cool. From this point forward, every attack will explicitly resolve it should be via calculations. Filipino pirate Shrek, turn 1, rolls 5, movement 6 on combat action points. Tigress is near center, 1 monkey down. Well, let's see here. Let's have a pirate Shrek climbs boulder. We'll resolve it step by step, rules clean. Climb the large boulder. It's going to climb, cost 3 movement. Pirate Shrek spends 3 movement, 2 remaining. Guard is reduced by 1, so Pirate Shrek reaches top of large boulder, gains a height advantage, line of sight over most of the ring. From the top of the boulder, Pirate Shrek now has line of sight to Tigress, Ape, 2 monkeys in the bushes, Gazelle's movement path. Optional continuation. I still have 2 movements and 6 combat actions. We want to use triggered by, there's an enemy reaction triggered by climb. The Pirate Shrek still, I want to use intimidation. Got it, we'll resolve intimidation. So, still got 2 movements. Intimidation costs 3 combat action points. Targets affected from intimidation are the Ape, Monkey A, and Monkey B. Cool. Let's see here. Cat Mage turn 1. Now it's Chaos Goblin time. We're gonna get only a 2 on movement, 2 on combat die, and current opportunities. There. Wait a minute. Are we gonna sack core? Yes. Sack core and hex. Excellent. Sack core, 2 cap. Cat Mage spends 2 cap, 0 cap remaining. CR is destroyed, so it's no longer in the way. Cat Mage gains plus 2 AP next turn, plus 1 spell charge, no guard involved. Center space becomes clearer. This teaches bodies or resources. The hex costs 2 cap. Cat Mage has 0 cap. Passive trigger for spell miscast. Because Cat Mage rolled 2 cap turn, gain 1 additional spell charge. Current spell charge total. Converted a weak turn into a strong setup. So we're really set up for the next turn. And enemy turn. Ape is going to move 4. Gets combat 5. There's going to be a contest the boulder. Ape spends 3 map to move into the base of the large boulder. Enters Pirate Shrek's temporary dominant zone, loses 1 map immediately, so he can't move anymore. Combat attempt. Ape attempts to shove upward, cost 4 cap. Pirate Shrek has high guard. Height advantage applied, guard succeeds. The Monkey A skips a jump attack, uses full movement to flee behind a different small boulder. No combat actions. Monkey B is pinned by fear, loses movement, screeches, no action. The Gazelle does a chaos move. Movement is 6 map on the roll. Sprints through the ring, passes near Tigress and Cat Mage. Doesn't attack, causes distraction. Plus 1 next round. End of round 1. Round 2 begins. Attack Batman turn 2. He's going to have 4 map, 5 cap. I am adjacent to Giraffe down, which is still unstable. Can we medicate Giraffe down for some kind of a bonus? Yes, absolutely. And this is the intended Batman moment. We'll formalize it once and execute it right now. Tactical Vet Batman. This is a special interaction, not a generic heal. So you, as a player, utilizing Chat GPT or a really good DM, you should be able to type stuff in that you want to do. So that's going to cost 3 combat action points. You got to be adjacent. It's maybe once per stage. Giraffe down is now stabilized. He's now resilient. So the Giraffe down can die. All allies gain +1 AP next turn. This represents sedation, pain management. Batman turn 2. Resolve. He has 4 map, 5 cap. And then spent 3 on Medicate Giraffe down, so 2 caps unused. Cool. So now I think it's going to go to Tigress by DM decision. Roll 5 on movement for combat. Got the 1 AP bonus from Giraffe down stabilization. Got a total of 10 AP. Can we knock out another monkey and the gazelle? Is it possible? Yes, both are possible but not free. And the order AP split matters. Let's see. There's 10 total action points to allocate between movement and combat targets. Monkey A, hiding behind a small boner gazelle. Action sequence. Close on Monkey A. That's going to cost 3 map. Tranquilizing strike on Monkey A. Reposition towards Gazelle. Flow step through open guard. Gazelle reacts, prepares to bolt. Pressure attempt on Gazelle, cost 4 cap. The Gazelle has high AGI, not panic alert. Guard check success for the Gazelle, so the attack by Tigress fails. Gazelle leaps away, takes no damage. End of Tigress' turn. So Pirate Shrek on turn 2 rolls 6 and 4 plus a 1 bonus. He's going to have to engage Ape with a jumping sumo splash strike. Outstanding choice. This is exactly the kind of move that the tutorial wants to showcase. High risk, positional, loud, perhaps even absurd. Jumping sumo splash strike. 6 movement, 4 cap, plus 1 bonus. So we're going to cost 3 map for the vertical leap plus controlled descent. Check. Pirate Shrek has high strength, scream of footwork, no fall check required. You leap downward from the boulder directly onto the ape. That's going to give a height advantage, momentum bonus, crowd shock effect. The actual strike for 4 cap. And then there is going to be a hit resolution for it. The target is the ape, high strength, medium guard. Okay, the guard check has a height advantage, momentum, dominant, pressure, so the ape's guard fails. Damage, effect, resolution. This is a non-lethal dominant strike. The ape is staggered. He is knocked prone. He loses the next combat action and gains a tranquilization threshold. So the next sedative action is easier. There was a dominance trigger. Golly, this is exactly the game I designed a year or two ago. It is exactly, and you know what? Over the past couple of weeks, I have never played any of my games close to an hour. So, what's happening now? I don't want to read it all. Cat Mage's turn. It's going to get low rolls again. 3 and 1, but there's a +2 action points from previous SAT core. +1 bonus to AP from a medicated giraffe down. So Cat Mage has 7 total AP and 2 spell charges. There's another core. So SAT core, Hex Ape, SAT core, Hex Ape. Let's teleport. Yeah, teleportation powers. See if we have enough action points. Perfect. Because you get to spend your action points until they run out or until you don't want to use them anymore. SAT core cost 2. But I think it sets us up for some more +2 next turn. Gain +2 AP next turn, +1 spell charge. Current spell charge is 3. No guard, no resistance. So we're going to hex the ape for 2 cap. Target ape. Hex is a wisdom-based magical effect. Guard does not apply. Ape resists with wisdom. Result, the ape fails resistance. The hex is applied. Hex effects -1 to his next die roll. And we're going to teleport or phase step. Cost 2 map. There's only 1 remaining. Cat Mage blinks out of immediate danger onto a small boulder edge. End of Cat Mage turn. Now the enemies go. He's going to roll low on movement and combat. There are modifiers from Pirate Shrek's dominant zone as well as the hex. He has 0 map movement action points. Ape thrashes uselessly and roars. So the Gazelle enemy action was going to roll 5 and 2 to attempt a panic charge. Targets Tigress' last known position. So Tigress is not adjacent. Charge misses. Gazelle skids. Loses 1 map next turn. All monkeys are tranquilized. Okay, the ape is alive, prone, and hexed. The extraction is still locked because we've got to tranquilize the ape. Attack Vet Batman turn 3. Batman is in a perfect position to end the objective. Batman, do you tranquilize the ape, reposition, or set up an extraction? Well, he's too far away. Set up the extraction. He's too far away to go after the ape and then move back. Clean, correct call will resolve. Extraction set up. This is not the airlift yet. It's prep phase. That's exactly what I wanted to happen. 5 map, 6 cap. I have more than enough. So the extraction setup protocol costs 4 cap, 2 map. We are adjacent to the draft down. Spins it. Extraction beacon placed. Noise spike. Extraction setup creates attention so that enemies will push harder next round. The monkeys are tranquilized. The ape is not tranquilized. Airlift is not yet legal. Tigress, perfect moment to finish the ape non-lethally. So let's try to trank ape and then rainbow bridge it out. Beautiful. That's exactly how Tigress closes this tutorial. Mercy, efficiency, no mess. Strict resolution. We got 4 map, 5 cap, and a bonus AP. So she spends 2 movements to approach the ape. She ends up adjacent. The tranquilization costs 4 cap. It's a non-lethal sedative strike. A guard check applies but modifiers. So the ape is not tranquilized. So that's not an automatic thing. It's still got to pass like a guard check. Affects the ape down. Near death but stable. Ape generates corpse. All monkeys and ape are now tranquilized. So her third action is Rainbow Bridge. Costs 4 cap. Has enough cap remaining. She is adjacent to the near-death animal. Animal's not hostile. Rainbow Bridge. And it is peacefully removed from play. No body, no obstruction, no exploitation. She's going to gain 3 AP next turn. And ward state. Extraction phase. Final enemy beat. The gazelle snorts, backs away, flees the stage. Awesome. Airlift resolution. Batman signals. The winch descends. Giraffe down is secured. No complications, no collateral, and there's a clean extraction. Tutorial complete. No lethal force used, no firearms. Corpse economy demonstrated. Sacrifice mechanics, dominant zone, extraction sequences. And what tutorial taught? Movement is king, control beats damage, guns are a liability. Mercy is efficient. Planning wins games. Chaos can be managed. So that's cool. It's cool. It plays exactly the way I wanted it to. Could use 1-inch hex squares for the sake of turning towards turning as a movement and keeping exact distances, but maybe that's for the physical game. I don't know. It plays exactly the way I wanted it to. In terms of rules, time, it's kind of absurd, kind of chaotic, and Okay. And I would say that's complete. That project is complete, is also successful. So thank you for watching. Click like, comment, and subscribe. Peace out.